Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a brand new episode of the Gamers Use Sports Podcast, episode 13. Let me reintroduce to you your host with the most, Cody. Cody, what's going on, man? Glad to see you back this week.
Hey, what's crack-a-lackin'?
What's crack-a-lackin'? Well, how about Lakers getting swept out?
Lakers. No, dude.
Oh, you're a Heat guy this week.
Yeah. Up 3-1. Boston stole that one from us, but yeah, it's fine.
Oh, whatever.
It's fine.
So Cody's in the house with us, not showing his camera right now for some reason, is Tony. Tony, how you doing, buddy?
Hi. How are we?
I think
Who brought
you
this
might
guy
be
back?
I know I'm missing a hat somewhere.
Oh, that's nice. Nice talk going on in here.
Yeah.
What's poppin', Erica?
Let's limit. Oh, Cody getting called out early.
Listen,
Hi, Erica, whoever you are.
No. I'm not. If I start with Junior this early, it's going to be a long ass night.
Oh, man. Chat is going off right now. Jeez.
Yo, what's up, Jackhammer?
What's up, everybody?
Damn.
What's going on? We have a fourth host, and I guess this would be a great time to talk about how the show is going to be running for the foreseeable future.
I'm going to drink a Dr. Enough. Locally bottled in the Tri-Cities in the beautiful mountains of Northeast Tennessee.
Thanks, Cody. Thanks for the sponsorship that they don't pay us a
That's
fucking
the goal.
thing.
That's the goal.
Okay. All right, cool. Cody, hopefully, will be with us for like every episode from here on. Doubtful. He's like a milk carton all the time. He was supposed to be wearing his Bubba Wallace kitty helmet this week, but obviously he went with the Miami Heat bucket hat. Tony is now going to be here, retaking his role of always being here every week. Congratulations, Tony. Welcome back.
Yeah, I took a hiatus, took a couple guest spots, but yes, I am back in a permanent basis. You know what? Sometimes you need your breaks and then you need humiliation because that's what I'm here for. Take the punches. So I'm going to take a couple later.
This is going so like off.
Who
the
left the
direction
door
of
open for him to sneak back in? For him to just crawl back in.
That's right.
We do have a fourth host. It's Josh. You all remember Josh if you're watching this, hopefully. Hopefully not. I don't know. You be the judge of that one. He's currently taking his kids out to an end of the school year dinner that he does every year for him. He said he'll be joining later, so he'll be on. You might be asking, where's Ryan? For a long while, probably permanent, Ryan will not be back on the Gamers Do Sports podcast. He's got some things going on in his life that he's got to get a hold of, and that is that. That's as far as I will go on that.
Terribly timed, like woohoo.
That is Sean. It is a friend of Tony, Josh, and myself. Thank you, Sean. That
I
is
feel like that woohoo. No, that woohoo was for me.
That is his.
That
shout.
was for me.
Erica, not true. I'm gonna nip that right in the butt right now. Geez, guys, welcome back. It feels like we actually have a full show for a change, even though we're missing one.
I'm not gonna trash talk Josh. He's not here to defend himself. So
when has that ever stopped you?
Good point. Good point.
So go ahead, start trash talking,
dude. First time back in like the full time seat, and he's not even here. What are we doing?
Okay, full disclosure: there is one guy who, when we first started doing this, would always complain about somebody being late. And he just so happens to be the one who's late to his first show back.
Right. Can we at least just acknowledge the irony?
How dare you take your kids out?
Yeah, dude.
Like, I mean, honestly,
why would you put your family? That? Why would Josh put his family over the podcast?
How dare you?
I'm just waiting to see his like little head pop up in the bottom.
Yeah, he's putting his personal life before the podcast.
I didn't know we gave out PTO time. Hell, Cody, flash up the donations real quick. What are we at right now?
Donation update.
I think we're at -7 last week.
Yeah, we might have been -7 last week. What are we at now? Host with the most struggling to pull up.
I had to crunch some numbers.
Oh, Jesus.
So we're down $7 just from last week too.
I don't
So
even have. Okay, all right.
who's pulling the funds?
Look who's here. Hey, Ryan. Welcome to the show.
Well, hey, Ryan. Glad you're here in the sense of you're now going to take my role as the commissioner of comment section.
Is that the role you're going with for yourself? The commissioner of the comments?
Oh, at the comment section, I was,
You gave yourself that title.
Where's Tate? Where's Tate to pop up with his comment from last week?
Oh, the Toronto Cunts are here, baby.
The Toronto, God. So much for our PG rating of the week.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that we're like going off the rails already. My bad.
No, honestly, I'm just trying to stall till Josh finally comes on. So I don't want to get into.
I say we go on
topics.
whatever Josh was the most excited about talking about.
I think we need to just go on and get into that.
Oh, Junior,
Dude,
you're my hero, man.
Okay,
Junior's my hero.
well, we could go on and start, I guess, this crucifixion of Cody. I don't know what more LeBron could have done. Like, I just don't know what else LeBron could have done. He's 38 years old, playing 48 fucking minutes, scores 40 points, shoots 15 for 25, which is not bad at all for 25 shots. I think he was like 4 for 7 from 3. Like, I don't know what more LeBron could have done. AD was the next highest scoring player with like 21 points.
I mean, sure, he scored points. Isn't that what's expected of your star player?
Is LeBron the star player? I mean, really, like at this point.
So you're saying LeBron is not the star player?
I feel like that role was passed to AD, and AD has choked with it and been a total disappointment.
No. Anthony Davis is too brittle, both mentally and physically, to be a lead guy. He was a lead guy in New Orleans. What did he do?
When AD came over, you could tell LeBron took that step back, and he gave AD that team. And clearly, AD couldn't fucking do it. So LeBron had to like go back into full leadership mode.
That's the thing. So
a bunch of like slobs.
Well, yeah, but Anthony Davis to me has always been a secondary player when it comes to he's a great player. No, I'm not going to sit there and say he's bad or nothing, but I've never looked at him and said, if this guy carries my team, we're winning a championship. It's if I have this guy plus an extra, we're winning a championship. Like you put him on Golden State, of course they're going to win the title because you have Steph and Clay, especially Steph Curry.
I think
number 2, sure.
Call me crazy. I think fully healthy in his prime and a little bit more mature. And when I say that, like a drive and like an actual want, which I feel like he doesn't have. I think Anthony Davis could have been like in a top 10 conversation all time had he had those attributes. I think Anthony Davis is all around an incredibly talented player and has the potential to be a star. But
that's a good one, Junior.
God. Anyway, I think that Anthony Davis has been a total flop. And I think that LeBron just expected him to come in. I thought AD was going to be it. Like, I was all in on AD being like him and it being his team. And I just think that AD like just doesn't have it. I think he has the skill set. I just don't think he has like the grit. I mean, you sneeze on him and he's out for 6 weeks.
Yeah, he's not a one. He's too injury prone and he's not mentally a one guy. Like people say he was the one guy in the bubble. Well, I'm sorry, you got months off. I feel like that benefited the Lakers because I still don't think the Lakers would have won the title if it was straight through. They had injuries and then all those guys rested, and good for them. They won the championship in the bubble. But I've said about every bubble championship asterisks because they had all that rest. Tampa Bay Lightning and hockey said the same thing. All that rest, it would benefited those teams that year. And I think it benefited the Lakers. So they still got
every team gets like the equal amount of benefit.
Yeah, but if you have like superstar potential, like with Anthony Davis and LeBron James, to give them months off and months just to rest their body and prepare, I think it's a huge advantage compared to some team that just was a 7th or 8th seed getting in. I don't think rest mattered as much, in my opinion. In basketball, except this year because apparently the Heat decided as an 8th seed to make a run. Usually in NBA, we do not see a lot of the lower seed teams make a run this deep. It's usually 1, 2, 3 seeds. So
it's flashback to 2020 with the Heat.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing. I don't think that series is over yet, but I still think Miami takes it.
I think this would be a great time to introduce the 4th co-host to the Gamers Do Sports podcast. How you doing, Josh?
Hello.
Look at you.
Sorry I am late, but had to.
I'm glad you hit on that because Cody and I just went on like a 2-minute tangent about how, wasn't it somebody talking about how everybody always is late?
This guy right here. But I have a good excuse. I do. Okay. My boss's father passed away, so I had to go and, make an appearance at the wake. And my kids graduated. I take that back. We ain't there yet. They finished.
Oh, see, he's making it up now.
Yeah, that scared me a little bit. Finished 5th and 7th grade today, so I took them out to dinner to celebrate. So I apologize for my lateness.
So you put your family first.
That's my kids, man.
Well, you got Chad saying hi to you. Apparently, you're missed around here.
Don't let them BS you. I do appreciate it.
So, Josh, you came in at a great time because we're all being very critical of Cody because his team was swept.
What was that?
Days ago.
That was beautiful.
Oh, wasn't it?
It should have had a Lakers color to it.
Sean is commenting, Josh, that he said you have kids.
Good job, Sean.
Good job, Sean. Make sure you have some closed-toed shoes on.
Yes.
All right. So, Josh, any take on the Lakers being swept other than how glorious it was and we can all laugh in Cody's misery?
Oh, I'm glad that the camera is only from here up. I'm just going to throw it out there because nothing brings me more joy than the excuse train that follows LeBron anytime he exits a NBA playoff. It's a joyous thing. I actually did hear that every time he loses in a playoff, his bald spot gets a little bit bigger. I'm not sure if that's the case. I'm still looking to hire some scientists to, put together a conclusion for me. But
I'm glad we know Josh still has his Michael Jordan blow-up doll.
Oh yes,
it's always got a surprised look on its face too.
Yeah.
Quick question: I've been around for a little bit. I've been, to the triathlon, whatever they call them, where you raise money, and I've always been under the impression, fundraisers and like the telethons and all that.
Oh yeah,
I've always been under the impression that the donations should be positive. Not negative.
Not here.
It's been rough, buddy. It's been rough.
Like, I kind of feel like we're the reason there's starving kids in Africa right now, just from those kind of donations that we bring to the table.
Here's the thing.
We donate 100% of our proceeds to charity.
Well, here's the thing.
So we take money from the charity.
So first we lost both of you guys, and then we gained payroll back, not that there was any payroll to begin with. Then we lost Ryan, which made our payroll go even higher up. Then we hired you two back in. Still no payroll, but you guys are on the payroll. And yet we're still somehow going more negative.
You both make... Yeah, so just for what it's worth, you make $7.21 an episode.
So we're just...
I like it. I like
we make
it.
nothing.
I don't like the fact
nothing.
that Tony makes as much as me because I feel that I have letters behind my name that should allow me to make more while he's at home, changing out DVDs and wiping, ass.
Tony gets paid more because he takes up more of the screen than you do.
Here's the thing.
So we're basing our pay off somebody's head size?
No.
Yeah.
We pay Tony quite handsomely here to be on here, and he still can't afford a fucking light.
I swear to God.
Yeah, $7.21. You can afford a light bill.
I personally
feel
feel that
it's here, gents. It's here. There it is.
$4.
No, not again.
At least $4.42 of our payroll should go towards the curling of your mullet.
Mine?
Yours is atrocious.
Wow.
AJ, You got the Tennessee waterfall sitting next to the
No.
guy who's from Tennessee.
Okay, listen, mine is a real mullet. AJ's is like a barber mullet.
Yeah, his is more of a coiffed mullet, while yours is dipped in white trash.
Right. Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
what a mullet should be.
It's dipped in white trash.
AJ's got a Morgan Wallen mullet.
I was called Morgan Wallen at a Hard Rock. If you didn't hear that story last week or 2 weeks ago,
They meant that with disrespect.
yeah, he might have. He might have. He was too drunk.
You
to
don't
understand
call
what the hell
somebody
he was
Morgan.
doing.
Yeah, you don't call someone Morgan like that. That's an insult.
Oh, even Cody.
Summer.
Look at this.
Wow, thanks for stopping by.
We
See, y'all can't be too mean to me now because my fiance's watching.
I mean, now that your fiance is
sorry, someone's sweeping in the background.
yeah. There was some dirt on the ground that needed to be swept
Hey,
up with the Lakers.
my Miami
hoax.
Heat almost swept the.
Oh,
Celtics
now
last
he's
night.
Miami Heat.
Yeah, dude, I'm wearing a hat.
You're one of those guys that got more hats next to you than a draft. And as soon as one gets eliminated, you just see Cody like
tosses
fade
the hat.
into
That's me.
the bush and then pop back out. Hey, go Heat!
Yeah, you got. Listen, you got to keep one team like in the back.
You have the
pocket at all
tone of,
times.
I don't
of someone
see
that
that.
would call it sports ball.
Sports ball.
Sports ball.
Yo, dude, I'm a real big sports ball guy.
Sports ball on 4.
Yeah, I can see that.
Hey, real quick, now that everybody's here, I don't know who this is from my softball team that I play on, but we were back-to-back champs this year. This is either Troy or Tyler. Therefore, thank you for coming out.
I think if we all win the lottery,
Oh
hypothetically,
my God,
hypothetically,
Sean! I'm
Hear
so
this-
happy
hear me
for you
out.
that you have hats.
let's go, Sean. Look, I'm a big hat guy. Anyway, if we all collectively won the lottery, I think that we should all start and like fund a softball team apiece, and then we just play like real life, like franchise mode with our professional softball teams.
I'm going to be honest with you. If I won the lottery, I wouldn't talk to any of you sons of bitches.
Wow, AJ, do you
Excuse
want to do a
Or AJ
one-on-one
maybe.
franchise? And like we'll have private jets and everything flying like back and forth for our series.
Why does this remind me of the South Park episode with the student athletes?
We hire like all of our friends who are the most athletic. Like they're working like some corporate job and like I'll double your salary if you come back to the baseball field.
You're playing all of like one game a week, but like we really need you that week.
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
we'll pay you $100,000 for that game.
We'll either pay you enough to come back, or we'll call the other team and badmouth you.
Right, yeah. Like we're definitely gonna like trash talk you, but you're getting paid handsomely.
Yeah.
There's Tyler, so it must have been Troy, but thank you nonetheless. There's your shout out, Tyler, that you've been wanting.
I feel like we shouldn't shout out Tyler specifically because he wanted a shout out.
Yeah,
Like
Hey,
we
man,
go
I-
against
hey,
the grain.
hey,
if you go for one
Say
of those
what you
comments, then they're all gonna start asking for it.
no, but say what you want. This man has been listening since episode 1.
Absolutely.
He has seen you come,
Absolutely.
go, and come back again.
Sounds like a
I
whore.
mean, since we're on the
This
subject,
show's like
I
a seesaw,
want to
honestly.
tell Erica DeMarino, is that her name? She's saying that she's your best friend when we all know that your mullet is actually your best friend, followed
Yes,
by Glenn.
it's really a battle for 4th.
It really is. Like you're really shooting for non-podium.
Oh, there you go. Another one for Tony.
What the? Why?
See, okay, Tyler
case
is
you
back
ever-
in the mix.
In
He
case
is
you
back
ever
in here.
wanted to know, Toronto fans are cunts.
He is honorary 5th member of this podcast. Anybody that hates on the Leafs makes Tony's day worse,
Thank you. I'm so proud to be back.
or
I
throws
have
out
missed
ambiguous
this.
comments like "I have shoes too" or "I have hats too." Sean,
That's right. That's my support system. He, a guy that has hats. God bless me.
So back to the topic we were on at hand. By the way, we're in This Week in Sports, by the way, in case anybody was wondering. But we already talked about some of the Lakers. I do have a question for Cody, and I saw this question posed on Twitter earlier, and because you were the only one who, well, maybe Tony too, who cares about LeBron in this way, what do you do if LeBron retires?
laugh
Honestly,
my ass off.
No, in
Sorry.
all seriousness, like I know I've talked like a whole lot the last time that I was on. Honestly, that's probably it for me in professional basketball. Like, dude, that's my last tie to professional basketball. When I saw Melo retire yesterday, like, dude, that devastated me. I was so fucking sad.
Why though? He's been kind of floating for a while. As much as you guys all like him, and I liked Carmelo too, but he kind of floated for the past couple years.
Okay, what era? Who was? Did you watch basketball when you were like a teenager, professional? Yes. Okay, was it Jordan?
Yes.
Okay, even when Jordan went to Washington, that part of
that never happened.
Oh, him going to Washington?
That never happened.
Okay. When Jordan finally retired,
Jordan went to Washington
as a Bull.
Sure, yeah. When Jordan retired, keeping it like in all fairness, even when he went to Washington and like he wasn't Jordan. How did you feel when he retired?
Well, considering he never went to Washington, that is a figment of everyone's imagination, like Sinbad in that Shazam movie that everybody thinks was made. I mean, it was really sad to see him play his last ever game of professional basketball wearing a Bulls jersey. It was heartbreaking because he never played anywhere else.
Right.
At all.
Yeah. So I mean, that pretty much answers it. Like, there's a lot of denial there, and just still denial.
There's not denial. I'm just spitting facts.
Is that just a Mandela effect?
Well, how about this? How about you stop grilling me there, Geraldo? Okay, I know you came back on the podcast and now you want to interview somebody.
Damn right.
I'm just curious. You would not become a Ja Morant fan.
By the way, timeout. I wasn't here for it. Cody, congratulations, sir.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you.
Now life ends up sucking.
Oh, dude, it already sucked beforehand.
Yeah, but congratulations. Well earned. We're all very, very proud of you.
It was a journey.
Except for Tony. Tony said he didn't do shit.
And that's fair, honestly. I can't believe I actually passed. But back to the LeBron bit. Like, genuinely, I probably only ever keep up with basketball like super casually. Because
if Ja Morant gets caught with a gun again.
Yeah, honestly, Jaws like pulled me back interest-wise. But yeah,
you don't know what's gonna happen on his Instagram.
Right? Yeah, it's exciting now. Like, I kind of felt the same way. Like, the way it was gonna work was like player-wise, I was just gonna stick with AD. Like, that's just kind of like naturally what I thought was gonna happen. Like, LeBron would play for the Lakers, retire, and then just like see it through with Anthony Davis. And I don't have a player that I gravitate towards. So I'm probably done with basketball when LeBron hangs it up. I don't think he's retiring though until he gets to play with his son one season.
You wouldn't be like on the Daddy Jokic train?
No.
No,
the Nuggets organization is shitty.
I'm going to start a poll to get Brian Scalabrine back.
How are they shitty?
They didn't do Melo right back in the day.
Why is that?
They let him go.
He wanted out. Don't even get it twisted. He wanted out.
Because they were fucked up in the front office.
No, his wife likes big city, and that's why they went to New York.
Lala.
Well, when he originally left and they didn't surround him, it was basically, all right, I'm out. And his wife was big city girl that wanted a big city life. And New York took on Carmelo. And remember that whole LeBron when I think he left Cleveland, that was one of the rumored teams at first, was the Knicks.
Yeah.
So Carmelo and LeBron would dominate at Madison Square Garden, and it never happened.
Oh, dude. And in that era, that would have been nasty.
They would have won a title. I don't know how many they would have won.
Yeah, he took us down
South Beach.
Yeah, and the Heatles got together and went back to back.
They didn't lose not one, not two,
Thank you. Sorry
not three NBA Finals.
Oh, that was the dumbest thing he ever did. That did not age well. And I'm just going to say it, and I know that our boy over here is going to just crucify me for this, but that was never LeBron's team. Let's get that straight. When he went to the Heat, that was not his team. That was D Wade's team.
Yeah, year
Let's make that clear.
Year one. After that, it was LeBron's team, bro.
Oh, God.
I thought you
Slurp,
were gonna
slurp, slurp.
I thought you were gonna say the Lakers was Kobe's team before it was LeBron's team. Like I thought
It's
that's where
still
the route you
Kobe's
were gonna
team.
go.
It's still Kobe's team, even post mortem.
LeBron going there wasn't a mistake because Cleveland had a pretty didn't surround him with pretty much anything, but it was the matter of he shouldn't have had that whole like parade before even like the first season tipped off, and then talking all the talk they did was a little excessive. I'd still consider it a success though. I mean, 2 titles in 4 years. He just shouldn't have said what they said at the beginning because it made it look worse than what it was.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I like that answer, Tony.
Oh, thank you. Well, I'm also the guy that
Beautifully-
said last week the Lakers were going to actually beat the Nuggets, and they've not won.
I
a
thought they
single
were
game.
going to as well. And that wasn't me being like a LeBron fanboy. I just thought they had the rest and all the momentum on their side.
Anything you do at this point is because you're a LeBron fanboy. Like anything
I
you
will
say
say-
when it comes to LeBron, it's you're a LeBron fanboy.
If LeBron did like retire and then he just signed with whatever team takes over, takes his kid in the draft and he goes back and plays with them and wins the championship, like I couldn't not cheer for that. I'd want to see that.
That's what I said. I said I had a tweet about that. I said, what if he retired for a year, took a full year off, and then Bronny Jr. gets drafted to whatever team. He gets a 2-year deal, like a midterm deal, and they surround him with talent. Yeah, they're going to have a super team with those two. But then try to win a title. Say, I got 2-year window. This happens. It doesn't. I got 2 years with my kid, and that's it.
I don't know that would happen just because I feel like LeBron would feel like he would put his son in a bad spot. Because at that point, let's be honest, teams are going to want to grab Bronny because LeBron James is going to sell a shit ton of jerseys. And who doesn't want LeBron associated with their franchise for the rest of time? So I feel like maybe he wouldn't do that. Yeah, if you were one of the owners of the NBA, you would be the only guy waving like that.
Make no mistake about it. I would stand my ground on that.
There's no shot.
I
bro.
would
If you were in the NBA,
sign him just
there's
to
no
sit him.
shot.
Yeah, my take's so bad you put your head through a wall, but what am I wrong at there? Go tell me what I'm wrong on in that take. What's wrong with it?
Oh,
The fact that it came from your mouth, probably.
Yes.
That's where I'd start with.
Yes.
That's a
you,
layup.
You know
No pun
better
intended.
than to throw those questions towards he who just made that comment. But you know,
You know what? I will make
jumping
sure.
into that fire, and you always think that you're gonna win.
No,
poor
but
naive
he does know
bastard.
more ball than me. I get it. I just want to know what I'm wrong on. Why would he come back to the Lakers next year, LeBron? What point does he have to come back to the Lakers? They don't
'Cause
have.
we don't freaking
much.
want him.
Well, if he's a free agent, say he wants to go to free agency, I can see him honestly taking a mid-tier deal and going to the Warriors. I think he title chase at this point.
God,
I think he honestly would.
I don't think so.
I
think
hope that does
tarnish
not
him.
happen. I agree, Josh. I genuinely agree with that.
That would legitimately tarnish him. And he's
Now I
been
want him to do
trying
it.
his whole career to say that he, did things the right way. I don't particularly agree with it, but it's the way that the NBA is this day, where you team stack, and I get that. But him going to the Warriors after they've been the biggest rivals, he would be worse than when Durant went to the Warriors.
Exactly.
And you saw all the hate Durant got.
Because I hate Kevin for that move. I still hate him.
I
And I would be a
personally think
hypocrite.
that he should go back to the Warriors.
Curry got screwed
Durant.
out of a Finals MVP too out of that.
I think Durant has the right. He has more of a right to go back to the Warriors, right? Because he was already there. It's like,
Yeah.
I bounced around. Nothing else worked, but it worked here. Sure, whatever. He's still a
Durant-
bitch to me.
Durant, when he went there originally, was in his prime and left a good team in Oklahoma City. If it's not worse than LeBron if he went there at year 21 and actually had a ton of miles on him and wouldn't be the best guy on their team at that point. I'd still say Steph Curry would be the best player on the Warriors. He'd be the strongest number 2 in the league. He would just have to go up there and do his normal things on rebounding, assists, and all that, and Steph would do what he needs to do. Those two alone would be a title contender.
Well, it's
And
perfect for
anybody else on the
LeBron
team
too,
they would
because
have surrounded with.
Steve Kerr doesn't even coach the team. He just tells them to go play. So
Yeah,
LeBron's
in
not
essence,
clashing
He's
with
got
the
the
coach.
easiest job as a head coach in the entire NBA. Like
Yeah, he's like,
All
all
just
you have to
shoot
do
the
is
ball.
write your fucking lineup down. That's it.
Yeah.
No one to call timeout, unlike Joe Mazzulla in Boston, but that's okay.
Hey, we can't even say anything anymore about Tony setting in the dark. We need to also use that money to get Josh a lamp too.
I can't tell, Josh. Is it sunny outside on one side and then it's just dark on the other?
It's still sunny, but I got my light over here. Would you like me to go get the actual light that like actually would work?
When you're setting right there, I think your webcam is auto adjusting. Yeah, it is. That lamp that's in the back is like.
I'm not very easy on the eyes, so the fact that it can get me dark like that, and like you don't really see, there's a human there, but you can't really make anything out.
Going for the tall.
He's the creeper in the alley.
The tall, very dark.
You know, I'm the kind of person that'll smell you while you sleep, kind of thing. That's the vibe that I want to give while I'm on the podcast.
Strictly the shadow lurker.
You sound like a guy who wears his sunglasses at night.
That's right. That's right. By far one of the best torture songs of all time per a old show called Myth Talk.
All right, moving on to the Celtics and Heat. Boston winning last night. This is being recorded on a Wednesday, so if you listen to the audio form, it could be all over by now. But Boston wins last night. They're back in it or no? Take it away, somebody.
I will say, do you take the Dave Portnoy approach of it's going to be Boston, New York of baseball 20 years ago all over again? There's no depth in this situation that Boston's got the better team. They just got to pull their heads on asses. Or do you believe Jimmy Buckets is just going to turn the hell around, do his thing, and go, all right, we took one in the mouth. We punched them. All right, let's go. We'll go back and win. I think the Celtics win Game 5 to make it interesting, but the Heat win in 6.
You can't let the Celtics win Game 5. You have to win Game 5.
No, but I'm saying
you have to win Game 5.
No, I get that. I'm trying to imply that I don't think they're going to come all the way back. I think that they'll give it a little bit.
I understand what you're saying. Listen to what you're a Toronto fan. You should know how this goes. I mean, if I really need to, you're a Toronto fan, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You know very well that if Boston wins Game 5, doubt starts setting in that other locker room.
I know. All right. Well.
What a time for you to fucking eat, by the way.
I'm snacking. I'm just snacking. No, what I'm trying to hear.
we have our Frank at Barstool, and it's Tony.
Yes. On the plate today is a little bit of cheese. Oh, look at that. A little bit of snacking.
To answer Dave,
but he's instead of a sad Mets fan, he's a sad Toronto fan.
Who's we? I was talking about just basketball fans in general. Really don't want to see LeBron in a Laker jersey anymore.
Well, yeah.
We want to see him retired. Go away. Because I want to see how long ESPN lasts without LeBron in any kind of sports. Like, there's going to be some dead air moments where they're like, well, this is normally the 15-minute segment of the 30-minute show that we talk about LeBron. We got nothing. So here's a professional thumb twirler. You know, something like that.
Did you hear the other night they had that? They were like, as soon as it was going in the Sports Center, somebody clipped it. And they said they can't keep them out of their mouths. It was like, Denver just swept the Lakers, but the big story, LeBron retiring, we'll talk about it more at the top of the hour. It's like, guys.
But you see what I mean. They've been doing that. I'll be honest with you. I really noticed them really going after LeBron as far as coverage-wise after Brett Favre finally retired. Because they didn't have him to talk about. They did the same thing with Tom Brady. I mean, as much as I love him and as much as he is a better player than LeBron James, they didn't really cover Kobe like that.
Kobe, your response.
I will say 2000. Yeah, there it goes. Get close to that.
Come on, Geraldo.
Just want to hear what this is going to be.
The Kobe thing.
Mute his ass.
I feel like Kobe was covered heavily until the decision. I think that last season in Cleveland and then going to Miami is when LeBron propelled into like the ESPN's like bullseye, right? Before that, I think it was Kobe. They always Kobe and Shaq all the time. So I don't necessarily agree with that little side point.
Yeah, 2004. Pistons beat their ass, and all I heard is about the Lakers.
Right.
after the Pistons beat their ass to win the championship, it was never about the Pistons. It was about the Lakers, their demise. Was Phil Jackson going to leave? Is Shaq and Kobe getting along? It's just like, I think there are brands that are more powerful than championships. Lakers being one of them, Yankees being one of them.
Nike
Cowboys
being one of
being
them. Like if you're a Nike athlete, like you get propelled to another level.
Yeah. Like I said, there's brands that are, and I don't want to toot the horn, but the Maple Leafs are one of them in hockey. I cannot tell you how much Maple Leaf talk I'm still hearing. Yeah. I cannot tell you how much Maple Leaf talk I'm still hearing, and they're not playing anymore. And I'm like, just give it a break. Like, it's not even the offseason. Is Toronto going to do this? Toronto going to do that? Toronto going to do this? It's like when a GM left, Kyle Dubas, okay, that was acceptable to talk about because it was a general manager, young guy. I get it. But now it's like the same thing with the Lakers. The finals will not be about Denver versus whoever they play. It will be about LeBron and the Lakers' future. That's how it's going to be. And it's going to be annoying, but you just got to just try to turn your other way.
So, Josh, you have a question. So, Josh, when he retires, who takes the torch? When Jordan left, we still had Shaq, T-Mac, Kobe, and the young crew from 03.
As far as torch-wise, are we talking about when LeBron leaves?
I assume so.
That's the thing, man. I think the obvious answer would be Curry. They'll start covering him more.
For the 5 years he's left in the league.
Yeah.
If that, I think
possibly
Curry's
Durant.
34, isn't he?
Yeah, I think so too. But no, I would say either Curry or Durant, or as much as it might not happen, old man Chris Paul. When is he going to retire?
You're telling me guys, Josh, that are retiring within the next 3 years.
Kevin Durant is in the mellow phase.
You need someone to take that torch that's going to be around for a while. Giannis. Even Giannis,
Giannis is older, dude. He's like 32.
30. I was going to say, he's in the finals right now. Jokic. He wins a title.
I feel like it's
three-time
Jokic
MVP
or
championship.
Luka.
I was going to, Luka. I could see that.
I think Luka's the guy.
Isn't Luka older too, though?
Overrated.
Luka,
Overrated.
No,
I think Luka Doncic is overrated.
I think
do.
you're insane.
Here
bro.
comes a fucking hot take.
I think it'll be Curry
I think
until he
that shit
retires.
is insane.
No, it's not insane because he said, listen, I'm just going to tell you right now,
Dude,
the
man
way
set
that
the
they
league
make that
on
out to be.
fire.
No, they
Maybe on
make
their
him out
way
to be
out,
alpha, and that's another
doesn't
dude that
mean that
needs
they
a
won't put
second
it
good
until
person.
they leave.
I'm sorry. Doncic gets way too much credit. Way too much credit. He's a good player that they put him on an elite level, and he's not even on an elite level. No way. He's a good
Who's
second
your
guy.
favorite basketball team?
Mine is the Pistons.
Okay. Yeah, no wonder you're fucking
I just
pissed.
love that.
Dude,
Okay.
you haven't-
Cody
you haven't
had to
a
delay
team
and think
since
of an insult
2004.
when he had nothing to come back on that.
No,
The Pistons
what-
have been one of the top organizations up until the last decade. What are you talking about?
Yeah, 2009 was a good year for them.
I'm just saying they
Had a
have been one of the
Couple
best
good years
organizations.
with the bad boy.
That was
Pistons.
19 years ago, bro. 19 years ago.
I'm
Doncic
sorry.
averaged 32.4 points a game last season. I mean, is that not good?
How much? Say that one more time.
32.4.
Oh man, dude.
And I'm telling you right now, would you put him in the same conversation as Giannis, as Jokic, as
Yes.
Curry?
Yes.
Was Curry?
I
What do you
wouldn't,
mean?
but-
Shooting?
That's a hot take.
That's
I'm just saying, man. I don't think he's on
I
that
like
level.
that.
They make him.
Josh,
Okay, I don't
think
mind that one.
comment's too far off.
I think David's like,
You don't? I don't see Joker as a Duncan. I see more of a Giannis as a Duncan.
Giannis
I
is too
see-
soft,
I-
bro.
I
Giannis
see
is
these,
overrated.
but I
as
see
fuck.
similarities in their games.
Wait, did you say Giannis is overrated?
Yep.
Oh boy.
Yep.
Talk about a guy who hands down
Outta
carried
here.
his team to a title, unlike the guy I just called overrated who hasn't gotten out of the second round. Give me a break.
Settle
Give me a
down there,
break.
Mr. Second Round.
Wow.
That's right. My team. I know about choking. Damn it. You know, all I have to hear about my team in there. We'll get to them later, but
loop this week.
yeah, that's all right. You got
know
me.
about
All right, I'm
choking.
back. No, I just, like I said, they say Giannis is overrated. How is he overrated? Cody, that's you, buddy. Wake up.
How's he not?
How is he?
Okay, how many chips does Giannis have now? Now let me pull up
One.
While Cody's looking
2019,
this
right?
up,
Yeah.
our one little bit of hockey talk this week is both series are at 3-0 and very boring. Gold Knights are up 3-0. The Panthers are up 3-0. And we move back to our NBA talk.
And yeah, Vegas versus Florida. Oh boy.
Yeah, those series
Yes.
are over.
I guess, man. I guess. I mean,
called
Florida.
that-
Last
who
I
called
checked
that
was
series,
up
by the
1-0. Wow.
I
What,
told you.
okay. What are we looking up here? What is the
That's
be
I'm
honest,
curious about.
overrated
I'm
thing?
giving you
Yeah.
filler.
Well, I'm looking at his games played.
Did you guys hear about the PGA pro during the PGA Championship that dunked that hole in one, and now he's invited to the PGA Championship next year?
No?
Now, yeah, it's cool as hell.
It's 2-2 in a hockey game. And David, yes, I will admit, I at this point, I mean, Trey Young, that's a guy that never took his game to the next level. He had that nice year a couple years back, and instead of improving on his game, he made it about himself and his outside of things swag, and it was not anything about the in game. And he's the same player. You stopped his one move, and you can't do much about it. So
Him and LaMelo are interchangeable.
yeah,
far as their
I
game.
think LaMelo is all right. I just think he's on the bad Charlotte team. I think he's a guy that would be much better to have like some supporting cast to have around him. He'd be a good player to have. But
Are you back yet, Geraldo?
Yeah. So this season, Giannis
he did
scored
his
the
research.
most. Yeah, Giannis scored the most points per game of his career at 31.1 this season. You're like, hell yeah, dude, super good in the regular season. In his 3 games that he played in the playoffs this year, he only averaged 23 points.
so past years don't mean anything. Another championship and MVP doesn't mean anything.
MVPs actually don't mean anything to me anymore. Like,
Wow.
yeah, they really don't. I mean, in reality, LeBron should have been like a 12-time fucking MVP.
Oh boy.
Hey,
Listen.
Jeez.
I listen. There's no such thing as being.
He goes straight to the
MVP.
curlies on LeBron, doesn't he?
Listen. I say it all the time. You could be baseball is a great example last year. Ohtani was a two-way player, and all I had to hear about it, got the best hitter on the best team with the best stats won the award. And I think you could say that about LeBron some years, but then look at some of these other teams when Steph Curry was carrying the Warriors and Giannis was carrying the Bucks. Like, there's a reason why some of these players win MVP, because they're like a little one-man team. And you can say the same thing about LeBron, but you kind of know, all right, he's there. You know what he is. He's his prime player. Why does he got to win MVP every year to justify it? Tom Brady didn't win MVP every year, and we knew he's one of the greatest, if not the greatest quarterback. Most likely everyone says greatest
so
quarterback.
why is
ever.
there like that preconceived, like there's like a bias against it, because it's like, oh, it's LeBron, of course he's going to be the star player on his team and carry his team because he's LeBron.
You expect it from him, because some people, when you're that 1% on 1%, when Kobe was in his prime, when Jordan was in his prime, when you're the 1% on 1%, you're already expected to you're already in the conversation in a sense of like, you're there. But the most valuable player, if you always gave it to the same guys, it'd be boring. And I also think there should be exceptions to the rule. Like,
Well, we can't give people awards just like to be exciting. Like that defeats
not
the
to be
purpose of
exotic,
it.
but the value, right? So eventually LeBron's value was already on the MVP level. My point real quick, and then we'll move on, is there are other guys that may be not as good or maybe just excel for that short period of time where you need to get, like Steve Nash when he won back-to-back MVPs. I don't think he should win back-to-back. I mean, 1 year Shaq was incredible, but the 1 year he won MVP, he was clearly the best player on Phoenix, and they won 60 games. Like, that's okay. And then, you know what? Kobe was still the better player. He wasn't the most valuable that year. It was a guy who literally came out of nowhere and ran one of the high gun offenses in the entire NBA. Like, I'm okay with that. I think the NBA is one of those leagues that you don't always have to give it to the same 2-3 guys. And there's other guys that excel. And now NFL's the joke because it's always quarterback. Always.
Yeah,
quarterback.
that the MVP in the NFL is just the quarterback award. But I don't understand I disagree with your argument there. I think AJ like felt the same way just because he said up when you said a specific thing. You said specifically, and I quote, they might not be as good. No, I feel like the MVP has to go to the like definitively best player. Even if it's 30 years in a row of some guy. If he's still the best player 30 years in, you still have to give him the award for the best player.
It's not the best player award, it's the most valuable player award. Sometimes
Okay,
it's
so if he's
valuable
been
in the
the
year that
MVP
can happen. It could be the other ways. I'm telling you, that's why the award is what it is. If you're going to give a best player award, then you're going to have the same guys, and you can give it to somebody. Say best player by itself.
Well, okay, I didn't mean like best player.
No, I know.
I meant that as like most valuable player, like that as the award we're talking about.
So David asks, if my team loses again in the playoffs, it's time to let go Tatum or Brown. I think it was last week I said they're trading Jaylen Brown if after this season. I think they're trading Jaylen Brown after the season regardless. But I don't know. I don't think they win the series, but they keep saying don't let them win, and now they won one. We got to see what happens.
Brad Stevens should be the coach.
Brad Stevens. Oh, don't get me started about that. Brad Stevens should still be the coach, but because the locker room didn't like him, he's not the coach. He was a better coach than anybody they've had in the last 10 years.
So real quick on that, can he take a new coaching job, or is he like locked into the Celtics?
Well, he's a GM. He's the GM of the Celtics.
Right, I know that. But if say he wanted to go back to coaching, like you guys don't have his contract, right? Like, it's not like the NFL where like.
Let's put it this way, Tony. Do you think he wants the stress level of coach anymore? Or do you think he just wants to keep rolling in the big bucks being a GM and all he has to do is sit in an office the whole time making deals?
He took mainly Danny Ainge's players, so I don't know yet. I want to see what he does with a couple years under his belt.
Mainly took Danny Ainge's players.
Yeah.
The only ones that are left are Tatum, Brown, and Smart.
He took a couple of the best players on their team and still have them. That's what I'm saying. Like,
what the fuck? You going to get rid of those guys?
You just talked about Jaylen Brown might be gone. Yeah, they're got to have to retool, right? If they don't win, they're going to want to retool a little bit.
Yeah,
I'm not saying they're trade Tatum. I think he's the only untouchable.
Okay. All right.
You just said Jaylen Brown might be traded, and now I'm trying to give you a reason why I want to see more from
I know
that
what I just said, but you're saying you're like, well, he kind of took over Danny Ainge's players, and I go, yeah, and like, would you want to get rid of those players right now when you're in the middle of your quote-unquote run? No. Don't blame him for what he came in with, but he's also done really good at adding depth pieces that they've been needing.
Sure. And that's what I'm saying, though. Like, you can't just look at it as in 1 year and say, well, maybe he doesn't want it. I think it's going to be a determination of if somebody offers him a buttload of money to be their head coach, does he at least think about it? Or is he really like, hey, man, Celtics got it made. Ainge had this job. I know what he did. I kind of know where to run the system. They keep him great. Like, I think it's a great fit for you guys as a GM, but I want to wait and see a few more years and see what he does.
And by the way, Jason Tatum is another player who doesn't get recognized for being one of the NBA's best players.
Oh, yeah. Better than Luka Doncic, too. So.
Oh, my God, dude. Oh, my God.
Jason Tatum
Can we get out of the NBA? We are 49
Jason Tatum is better. There's facts behind that. Go ahead. Whoever's in the NBA in chat, please back that up. Jason Tatum over Luka Doncic.
No, you can't say, yeah, that's a fact. Somebody back me up.
Hang on. Good comment here. Like Steve Kerr took Mark Jackson's players.
That's a good one.
And made him better.
In the comment.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but he made him better. And actually, if you actually listen to the stories behind it, he actually expanded on their strengths, and that's why they won so many championships. Mark Jansen tried to go defense, and Steve Kerr's like, "Nah, man, your bread and butter's offense. Let's run a good offense," and that's why they won all those championships. Draymond was another good find for them because he was the defensive captain on that team.
All right, we're gonna move on to some baseball talk here.
Okay,
this is gonna give me a fucking heart attack before this show's over.
I'm back.
Hold on. All this hate that you're throwing on Luka Doncic, he was second in points, he was sixth in assists, and he was 25th in rebounds. Like, as a point guard. Like,
cool, and he doesn't have a clutch gene in him.
Tatum doesn't have a fucking clutch gene in him, for Christ's sake.
Are you kidding me?
Wow.
Didn't he win you the
Wow.
last series in the game
The
7?
last series, he finally
But
showed
they
up
won
in game
game.
7. It took him 6 fucking games to finally show up.
And he
AJ,
showed you at least
AJ.
one time, and he got you to the finals last year, did he
Luka
not?
Doncic is Tony's Phillip Rivers.
It's gotta be.
It has to be
Oh,
for
my
no
goodness.
reason.
You know
At least
what?
I
And you're also
admitted
going to
I
hate
didn't
me
like
for this?
Phillip Rivers for no particular reason.
I don't hate
Straight-
you just for this.
Straight hypocrite, I know. I don't like Luka Doncic because he's a crybaby flopping bitch, but I know I like LeBron who does the same thing, but I don't care. Luka's a crybaby. Big
just
fucking
like your-
crybaby.
You just
Fuck
like
him.
your wow.
Hate that
wow.
guy.
Okay,
Doncic is
we're-
a cry. He's got all these technical fouls, cries. Go ahead and ask all the NBA experts. He cries all the damn time when something doesn't go his way. He's a crybaby. I can't stand that guy.
All right,
That
we
guy's
are
a bum.
51 minutes in. We have 40 minutes left of this show. Yeah, 40 minutes left of this show. Let's get into some baseball talk because Josh specifically wants to talk about his fantasy baseball team and how
Please
shitty
do.
it's been going for him.
Yeah, let's talk about that fantasy baseball team, Josh. What happened?
Come
What
on,
happened?
come on. Like, all right. I feel that I am pretty decent when it comes to fantasy football. Like, I can hold my own in any league that I play in.
So much as you collude.
There's no collusion ever. Mr. Oh, look at that. I got the first overall pick.
Yeah,
Snarf,
wasn't that
snarf.
crazy?
Yeah. Oh, it was completely random.
And I told him, I messaged him, and I
Snarf,
was like,
snarf.
"Hey, the fantasy commissioner always gets first pick in the first draw," and so I told him that, and he could have totally re-rolled, but he was like, "Nah, I'll take it."
Oh, yeah. We knew the second it was first.
did
I was
play
like, I
Junior
called
last
collusion
week or
right
2
then
weeks
and
ago.
there. But no, I'll be honest with you. I don't know what
You
I
can't
can
read
do.
it, but it says 320, 334.
What you won?
Yeah, last week over you.
Yeah, that. And the fact that
play
I
AJ
lose
this week.
to a cuck like you, dude.
I'm 5-2, buddy. 5-2, sitting in the chair.
5 and
Oh,
2 since
God.
when though? Since when?
I started 0-2.
I know, but what conversation did you have when you after you started 0 and 2?
Okay, the next game we play, I'm evening out the series. It'll be 1-1.
Okay.
Okay, 3 of us in this group is 5 and 2.
I'm 2 and 5.
In
There
the
you go.
last in the 2 week span that we're having, this one current and then last week, we all would have played like somebody in here. I'm playing
Yeah.
Tony this week. Josh plays Cody last week.
Lost.
Lost.
Lost. Like, let's just throw it out there.
Cody
Lost.
doesn't even know who his best
I
player is.
destroyed Tony. Absolutely destroyed him.
You think
Because your
you're the
Sunday
first-
was
60.
Do you
ridiculous,
really
bro.
think you're the first sunglass wearing male that has destroyed Tony?
Wow.
Yeah, on
Probably not
Sunday,
the last
I
either, huh?
outscored you 76-14.
Yeah, exactly. It was close until Sunday, and then you decided to give it a bloody Sunday and beat my
Dude,
ass.
all I did, I like dropped everybody on my team and just re-fucking built.
Yeah, you had to.
I had
you
to drop
drafted
Tim
Tim
Tebow. I
You
had to-
drafted.
Yeah, you
Him-
drafted.
Yeah, with my
him.
very last pick. Like, that shit didn't matter anyway.
I
But the
drafted
fact-
Miguel
you
Cabrera my
kept
last
him
pick.
on for 2 weeks after the draft. That's the problem.
Rock Purdy, that's all I'm gonna say. Last draft pick doesn't matter.
I get true. But I thought Tim Tebow was going to come back.
Looks like you need to go back on the road, Geraldo.
He'll be lucky to come back to what is that SEC
Network.
game day or whatever the hell it is.
Yeah.
I don't appreciate your hate, sir.
So Josh,
Mine? Are you talking about mine? Because it's curated. Like, I make sure that it's presentable for you.
Okay.
Josh,
well, then I
let's-
appreciate it.
let's
Very
talk about your
sorry.
problems though with fantasy baseball. Why do you want to? Why do you want to belittle yourself like this?
No matter what I do, no matter how hard I try, no matter where in the draft order I am, I still suck.
Josh
I
could have
could-
the first 3 picks.
I could have the first 3 picks, and you guys would have to pick all catchers, and I would still suck. I don't know what it is. I don't know what I do. I don't know what I don't do.
Well, that's
But-
apparent.
If this is what it's like how Tony's life is. If this is what it feels like to be Tony, it doesn't feel good.
Week after week of misery and crying. Yeah, no, but like here's what I'll say. Like you
I'm telling you about my problems.
Yeah.
Boy.
No, you had DeGrom in your starting pitching spot and it was on the IL for a month. I mean, that might be your first start. Like you got to put guys.
Dude, I told you
Problem
guys.
is you don't pay
I
attention.
told you guys from the start. When it comes to fantasy baseball, I am the closest thing to a taco in the league.
I get it. I'm just trying to help you out here. You know what? I will say, looking at your roster,
Don't look at my roster.
it
Junior-
sure is.
Junior
You know
says
what?
he's having a hell of a
It's 2
time
and
with
5
his.
good.
I'm
Like,
pretty sure he auto drafted though, didn't he? Didn't you, Junior? I think he auto drafted.
Good
Yeah,
Lord.
you got Aaron Judge. You've got Byron Buxton, Arenado, Goldschmidt. I mean, you got some
You
You got
guys.
a
Josh-
guy on the 10-day IL.
Josh
Your
got.
pitching's lacking.
Josh has a full infield or a full lineup like 1 through 10 that have all been in MVP consideration in the last 5 years, and not a one of them are worth a fuck this year, except for maybe Judge.
Yeah,
Right.
dude, hey, so your second baseman
Settle
isn't
down
coming
there,
back
Mr.
until
Ohtani.
June 9.
Hey, it's easy when you have Otani. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, a little bit. That's what I'm looking at this week is the Otani watch because I'm playing you and seeing the points, and I'm like, Christ. No,
Yeah,
all right, Josh.
yeah.
I'm telling you right now, your
Illusion.
biggest problem is you have too many hitters. You need to start balancing your. If you care, you need to start balancing your team to get a couple more pitchers in because you have like half your pitching spots to be filled, and there's nobody to fill it in with. You got
have-
way too
actually,
many hitters.
You
Bro.
got a guy down in your IL who could come up into your pitchers because you're short 2 pitchers.
All
You
right,
don't even have a full lineup.
right, bro. It's
Your
like
second
it's been
baseman's
going-
out until June
Hey.
9th.
So
Josh.
like, just swap him out.
Josh,
What?
just because there are pitchers who can go on short rest does not mean you can just just because you only start 3 pitchers, that doesn't mean they start day after day after day of each other.
So wait a minute. Do I have to check my lineup every day?
Yeah.
You do have to check
Yeah.
your lineup every day.
at least every 3 days. Every 3 days. Like put a couple days in of guys and just hope to God. Like you can do
Yeah,
that.
That's
or,
what
like
I've been
at a
doing,
minimum,
and I'm
bro,
2 and
check once
5.
a week.
Right.
Like once a week, because you're missing players. Like
yeah,
you're not,
I check
you are
twice
not-
a week, sometimes 3. I'm with Cody. Like don't ignore it, but 2 times a week you can do it.
Like at least add 2 more pitchers just to be there. Like it's better to at least like the mentality. It's better to submit something than nothing.
And
Like at
don't-
least put something there.
and don't grab 2 pitchers that are on the IL currently. For the love of God.
That would be my luck.
Well, you can see.
I'm not good at this. And I said that before I joined the league. And AJ's exact words were, come on in. Like, I think he wanted a few tacos in the league just so, it would even out his bad weeks. I'm
David's-
a sacrificial lamb that was brought in for that exact reason.
David's getting mad at you guys, by the way. Josh thinking we're going to fly out to Chicago for our Thursday night game since the Detroit boys are going to make excuses.
That's perfectly fine by me.
Hey, here's the thing. We know Tony's staying in.
I didn't say anything. I didn't do anything. I am an innocent
I'm
bystander.
just sitting
in this
here.
segment. I'm just sitting here, literally, in my spot.
It's a great time to bring it back up.
I know. It's a weekly occurrence at this point. Even when it's football season,
I feel like that should be right next to our actual tag up here.
Actually, what if I did this? I could flip Tony to here, and then I could just go right there.
There you go. There you go.
He doesn't even know what side he's on.
No, I don't anymore. I'm trying.
That's the most athletic thing I've seen out of Tony in years.
It's the most athletic thing Tony's ever done.
That's right.
Hey, my kid would argue otherwise, but I'll take your word for it.
All right, let's move on to In the Rough.
Rough.
Everybody's down bad. Yeah, we don't have Tony. Give me your best In the Rough impression.
All right.
That's actually not far off. I give
Not
that
far
to
off
him.
at all.
That wasn't far off.
Yeah.
In the Rough, everybody's down bad, Tony, because that was such a beautiful rendition of it. Go ahead.
All right, I'm going to do a rough of today and my real rough. The rough of today is Wendy's. Wendy's, how the hell are you out of chicken nuggets for my wife who is sick? All she wanted was chicken nuggets. I go there and you're out of chicken nuggets. So then I go to a second Wendy's location and then you guys come out 5 minutes later after I'm sitting in the drive-thru going, yo, bro, we're closed. What? Are you kidding me? So now I come home and tell the wife there's no chicken nuggets and the other one is closed. So she goes, hey, I'm never going to stop eating. But the point is, now I go, can you go to DoorDash? So I go to DoorDash and we go to the Wendy's, nearest Wendy's. They cancel our order half hour later. She literally had 3 Wendy's cancel. All she wanted was chicken nuggets and some fries and a Frosty. And she's sick today. And the Wendy's, you failed me. You're in the rough today. Okay, I'm getting my bitching out the way there.
You're failing to say that she is sick of your shit. She's not actually sick. Just sick of your shit.
Well, that too. And she just said you're seriously telling the whole podcast about my nuggets. So yes, I am telling the whole podcast about your nuggets. Now, we're gonna go the real in the rough. And this is like the legit in the rough before today's outburst. The NFL. What the fuck are you doing with the fair catch rule? Like, seriously, anything's at the 25-yard line now. It's a bunch of disgrace. Like, you can't. What is the point of a kickoff now? Like, any ball that's not, it used to be, okay, you got to get in the end zones at the 25. Now, anything can be fair caught and be at the 25. I think that rule is absolutely ridiculous.
That makes no sense.
Flex, yeah, well, so say they kick the ball at the 5 or 10-yard line, before they could take it back. So say they catch it before the end zone, guys have to run it out, right? Because it's not in the end zone. Yeah. No, now guys can wave it at the 5-10-yard line to punt, and they fair catch it, and it's at the 25-yard line. So there's no kick return. Like, unless it's a ground kick.
They're trying to eliminate that. That's what it is.
Yeah, so it's absolutely pathetic rule. And then flexing Thursday night football games. Why? Why does anybody care about Thursday night flexing? Like, it's Sunday night.
I care about Thursday night games.
I think they're trying to make people care more about them.
You think people care about Thursday night games being flexed?
Well, no, they want the option to put better games in Thursday night spots because they lose viewership because most people think like you.
Now, what if your team, though, is one of those teams that has to play multiple games on short rest because you had multiple Thursday night games? Like, I understand that aspect of it, though.
Yeah.
I feel like I feel like there's a formula, like when they pick the teams, to make sure that like one team exclusively doesn't get like
back
shit
to back.
on.
Just
yeah.
like they played on a Sunday, then they played on a Thursday, and then they played Sunday, on Thursday, and then Thursday again.
They said there's a 21-day window. And also, what if you're traveling? Say this is like your year thing and you're playing a Thursday night game. You're playing a Thursday night game and then they flex that game out, or vice versa. You plan on going to a road game on a Sunday.
That happens with any sport.
Huh?
Can we kill 2 birds with 1 stone and just make the Thursday night game one of like the overseas games?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
just right out of the way.
Well, that would, but then it would be like 7 a.m. Like depending on where it is they're playing. Like, I don't know how far. I don't know how far ahead the UK is, like to like American time.
I think it's 6 hours, 6 or 8 hours.
Okay, yeah. So like,
as many yards as you can.
It's
Who
2
first this year,
a.m.
buddy?
Like they're just playing in England at 2 a.m.
Why not? Screw it.
All right. Well, I hate the Thursday night flexing. I really hate the 25-yard line fair catch anywhere. So Roger Goodell, once again, you dumbass, you're in the rough. All right.
Goodell is a douche. Josh?
As far as in the rough, I'll be honest with you. I think it's the overall media coverage of the NBA playoffs and of the NHL playoffs. You don't see a lot of promotion for the NHL playoffs. It's not very easy to stay up to date with it if you're not specifically watching for it, where the NBA always has like little blurps in between commercials. This team is, got this lead. Will they come back? You don't see that a lot with hockey. So, sports media has got to step up their game, cover a little more and a little less wondering if LeBron's going to retire. No one cares until they actually come out and say it. And even then, none of us believe when an athlete says that they're going to retire. So that's my gripe. Media needs to do better.
I'm surprised you didn't go with your fence company.
No. I'm gonna reserve I'm gonna reserve my judgment until it's all completed.
Well, Cody muted himself, so I guess we're just gonna go to me on this.
Well,
one.
I'll go next. No, I was just muting myself. Anytime I'm in a long break, because I breathe heavy. Like I'll just be sitting here like, yeah.
Breather.
Sound like Darth Vader just joined the fucking podcast.
God, that is the most docile Vader I've ever seen. Like rather than like the death grip, he'd be like, "Well, how about a emotional hug?
Yeah, dude. Feelings matter.
I like to go to the dark side and put some light bulbs in to make it a little
Yeah,
bit brighter."
dude, I want to brighten the dark side. Chat, I also want anybody who's watching answer this question. What to you has been like the worst like news in sports? Who do you think's the most down bad in sports so far this week? Or anything, really. It doesn't have to be sports related. So for me, I'm gonna say my Twitter notifications is in the rough.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. Want to explain why?
Yeah, dude, I'm not racist. Like I don't. Like it's
My
just that
Twitter
simple.
notifications blew up because I'm not racist.
Yeah, so I mean that's all there is to say. I don't know.
One of these one of these weeks will pop up like screenshots of what we're talking about, so we can talk over it at the same time. But I mean, moral of the story is, I told you time and time again, you can't tweet about Bubba on Twitter and not expect that to happen.
Yeah, hey, that's fine, dude.
Junior said it too. You're starting a war.
That's fine, bro. I'll take bullets for
Can't
Bubba.
do that.
Bullets for Bubba. Oh my god.
Hashtag bullets for Bubba, bro. Oh god, no, that could sound
Wow.
fucking
I'm
terrible.
gonna say
I will
that.
take bullets for Bubba. I will take them. Jesus Christ.
Wow.
I'm not on the side of the people who are against
Wow.
me on Twitter.
Well, we've
He
been
went
canceled.
from
It's nice
most
knowing
hated
you
on
guys.
Twitter to most beloved.
Yeah, immediately I'm like a celebrity on Twitter.
Hashtag canceled.
Yeah. No, the opposite. They would embrace me then. No, but for real though,
Run for president.
you can dislike Bubba Wallace for any reason you want, if it's like driving or personality related. But if your bias against him is due to his skin tone, then yeah, you are terrible. And there's a lot of people who don't like him just because they think he's a punk. That's fine. Oh,
Terrible, bro.
6 feet into the rough.
I'm telling you.
Oh my god.
Wow.
I mean, if we're
I
gonna
mean-
say anything about Tina Turner, it was that, well, she was just simply the best.
Better than all the rest.
I'm sorry, Cody. I didn't mean to-
You're gonna get us canceled there, David. With
That's awesome.
Good Lord.
it's wow. Yeah, we talk about bullets for Bubba. Now Tina Turner.
Wow,
like,
and now it gets brought back up again, so we're just rolling with it.
we're rolling with it.
Also,
Cody-
rest in peace, Jim Brown.
Yep.
true,
Yep.
true.
Cody, I did tell you, like, I'm not a Bubba fan, but I'm not gonna sit here and be like, yeah, screw him, he ruined NASCAR.
Dude, and like that, like I said, there are some people who don't like Bubba just because. That's fine. Like I'm not a Kyle Larson guy. Has nothing to do with the fact that he's Asian, right? Like I
Listen.
don't care about that at all. It's just I think Kyle Larson's a punk. And if
Did
you
you
feel
not
that,
have like a 2-hour show on Monday where you did nothing but bitch about Kyle Larson the entire time?
no, I actually didn't this week. Like that was
Oh.
the best part. Yeah. Yeah, I surprised a lot of people. But anyway, no, my Twitter notifications, all because I made a tweet about him like being the villain now. And people are like, you gotta be good to be the villain. And it's just full of shit like that. You gotta
Can you
win
do it-
before you're a bad guy.
Can you please do an entire show where you just talk like that?
Just the whole time. What's the next topic we're doing? Hell yeah.
So by in the rough, not many people. Well, Junior wants to say that you love Larson.
Hell yeah.
Sounds just
And when
like
you put that boy in anything, he's gonna win.
you can put him in a shopping cart with everybody else. He gonna win.
See, that's the other thing. You gotta subtly drop like racing quippy comments through the whole show.
Oh, dude, there was
I didn't
one
know we
I
were
heard
allowed
the
to.
other day. It was like he could be riding on like a paper plate in water and still win or something like that. And I was like, what?
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love the redneck redneck quippy jokes.
Oh, dude, they're the
Redneck Cody
best.
is awesome.
Oh man, it's great.
I have a picture I'll send of him later.
So my in the rough is a little thing that I saw on Twitter this week during the whole late model races at North Wilkesboro. Landon Huffman gets wrecked by Annabeth Crum, whose husband is Jake Crum. And if you don't know any of those names, well, back in the day, Jake Crum was a fucking idiot in the truck series. Used to wreck people for no reason whatsoever. Anyway, Landon Huffman gets put in the wall by her. He goes back, does a bump and run, gets under her. She wrecks herself, essentially. Under caution, she corrects herself and then destroys the shit out of Landon Huffman's race car. I mean, just destroys the shit out of it. After all that happens, Landon Huffman's father is his spotter. Well, Jake Crum is Annabeth Crum's spotter. And Jake Crum decides to take it upon himself to hit Landon Huffman's father in the face, knocks him straight down to the ground, and then continues to stomp on him while he's on the ground. Meanwhile, they're the ones at fault in this whole thing. So that is my in the rough this week. Cody, you probably have more to say on that, more than I would.
Oh, dude, just okay. Listen, the on the racetrack stuff, bullshit, insane, especially at that level, because we're not talking about multi-million-dollar teams here who are like, okay, yeah, that's just $100,000. I'll write the check real quick. No. Also, dude, it's such a bitch move to like sucker punch somebody, especially on the spotter stand. And then once he's down, being an older man, like to keep stomping, bitch move.
It was incredible. Like all the videos.
Did anybody scream World Star? I'm just curious.
Dalton did. Dalton tweeted World Star when he saw the video. Oh no, that was on the other video. That was the one of the fans fighting in the grandstand
At North Wilkesboro.
Yeah. Oh, that wasn't at North Wilkesboro. I think I said it was at North Wilkesboro. It was not at North Wilkesboro.
The Landon Huffman thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was at Hickory.
Yeah, that was at Hickory. That's my fault. That we're correcting ourselves as we go along here.
We're our own Jamies.
As Tony does drugs in the corner.
Yep, I'm good.
Let's move on to our picks of the week. I figured for this week, our picks of the week could be your Memorial Day weekend race picks. So, two in here don't know much about any form of motorsports, and two kind of do.
Oh, dude, this weekend is the best weekend in all of motorsports.
One win, or one person to one person only. Dick Trickle's taking all three.
There it is. One for show.
Dick Trickle, he's running Indy, Charlotte, and Monaco in the same time frame.
So we're
Damn
gonna do
straight.
the F1
Winning them
race
all.
at Monaco. We're gonna do the Indy 500 for IndyCar, and the Coke 600 for NASCAR. So, Josh,
Oh, yay.
do you want to go first for your F1 pick? And
for my F1 pick, I'll pick some Italian guy with a really, really cool last name. Let's see. Probably Lewis Hamilton. He sounds like a winner.
7-time champion.
Who's your IndyCar pick, Josh?
My IndyCar pick, Martin Truex Jr.
Oh, no.
Martin Truex, I love it.
No, that's the wrong list. That's the wrong list. Hold on. I'm going for Indy.
Yep.
I'll go with Pato Ward.
Okay, solid pick. So I would assume for NASCAR you're going with Martin Truex Jr. then.
Why the fuck not?
Okay, Tony.
Like, I've seen that guy from the bottom, and now he's there. So, like, that's who I pick.
It actually is not far from
Go Vroom
his
Vroomers.
story.
All right.
Tony.
Wonderful. All right. So F1, I am going with
F
the guy.
you.
Huh?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, my goo. No. F1, I'm doing the thank you. Yes, the cunt has his picks for the week. And I'm going with Sergio Perez, who's the second best odds to win at plus 500. And actually is the second most points in F1. So
Look at you
Sergio
go.
Perez.
Look at knowledge here.
I am picking him. So
Let's
there's a
look
guy
at the
that's way
paper, like,
favored.
it
Who
makes
is it?
it
I
feel
don't
more
know, but
important.
he's a minus 600. So I'm not picking him. I'm going to go the second place guy. Indy, I heard of this guy, Scott Dixon. Scott Dixon is my guy. I don't know much about him other than he's got a name that I've heard before, and hopefully he does well. And I'm going to go a little of an underdog in NASCAR, Kevin Harvick, to win the Coca-Cola 600 at plus 1,800.
It's weird hearing his name and underdog in the same sentence.
I mean, he'd say based on the odds, he kind of is an underdog based on what I've seen. So that is my picks for the week. I'm probably gonna be dead wrong on all of them. So there you go.
Just to piss Cody off, I have to do this. For F1, I'm picking Max Verstappen. For Indy, I am picking Alexander Rossi. And for NASCAR, I'm gonna go pick Kyle Larson to win.
There you go. There you go.
What about you, Cody? Where are you going with this?
Monaco. I'm gonna go Sergio Perez.
Yes, you
Two
are.
for us.
Everybody goes.
He
Sergio
goes
Perez.
two for us. You're
Yeah, I'm
fucking
Hey!
right
right.
in Tony's back here. So
Do I need to tell you what
Indy-
happened with David Johnson when Cody picked him first? You're not going to win this weekend. Just know that.
Damn.
Is he the
Um,
mush? I forgot. He was the mush.
Indy is a tough one, dude, because I mean anything can happen at the Indy 500. I'm looking at the Fast Six right now, and dude, I want to go Scott Dixon too.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
Here comes the Kevin Harvick. If he goes Kevin Harvick,
No,
goes 3 for 3.
absolutely
I'm fucking
not.
out of here.
Damn.
no. For the 600, I'm going Bubba Wallace.
It must be a fuel
Trying
mileage
to
race.
redeem, huh?
It might be one of them fuel mileage races or
Yeah,
train
we're gonna
shortening.
ignore the fact that he's finished top 3 in 3 of our 1.5 tracks. We're
It's
just
got to
gonna
be because it
ignore
was
that.
rain shortened. I wonder if all them tears can cause a rain caution.
Yeah, just like the way he won by seconds in Kansas.
Settle down, okay?
Tony, you picked Harvick, by the way. I got the Harvick shirt on, so
Yeah, the way I have hats for every team, AJ's got T-shirts for every NASCAR driver.
no, only 3. Only 3.
AJ's the biggest front runner fanboy I've ever seen in my entire
It's Chase
life, dude.
Harvick and Gregson.
Oh, that's
Where are the
Ross
front
Schwartz.
runners?
Cody,
If
I
it's
gotta
an
say,
iconic franchise, AJ's probably a fan of them.
Cody, I'm just stunned you picked 2 out of 3 of my picks, and you know me.
Me too, honestly.
I'm a little.
and
bad.
maybe
God.
you got a little bit more for motorsports than you know.
Bubba Wallace, by the way,
AJ.
was the next odd above Kevin Harvick. So
Was
you're
AJ,
right.
the
in
way you
same
got them
range
set
as me,
up.
just-
We're in a circle of suck.
Sandwich with suck.
We really
I studied
are.
for this. I knew this was coming. I'd probably be wrong, but if I have
Front
somebody
back
who
side
knows motorsports picking 2 out of 3,
Just
I don't
because
know
he
about
has a mullet, drinks Bud Light, and randomly goes to races doesn't mean he has race knowledge. Look at that
True.
bucket hat. Would you trust any advice you got from a guy that wears a bucket hat?
You should, honestly. A bucket hat man has never led me astray. That's all I'm
Wow.
saying.
That is a
and
clip.
there
Just
it
That
a
is
is.
couple
a clip
paints in
for
the
our
asses
show
in the
right
end, but
there.
that's about it.
That's great. Put that in our top 10 of things that Cody has said in the podcast. A man in a bucket hat has never run me astray.
Yeah.
So I gotta say, like, we've only got 10 minutes left, give or take here, and we have.
I love this comment, by the way.
It was a great comment.
I love it.
Thanks, David.
I do like Joseph Newgarden for the 500.
Any more comments you want to go back on that I've already put up here that you want to comment on?
The one about Toronto.
You want to go with that one? Oh, the one about Toronto.
Yeah. There you go.
Here you go.
That's the one you needed up there.
I forget that I have access to bring up the comments, and I'm like, I'll let him do it, and then I'm like, well, I want to say something about this one.
Well, say something when I pop it up.
I wasn't looking then. I was going
I don't-
through the
how do you-
indie stats.
How do you do that?
You got to be magic.
Okay. I like this comment the best.
It's a part of it's Disney magic. One time at Disney World, we rode one of the rods, and it was sending. We didn't have to scan or anything, but it was automatically sending the pictures from the rods like to our Disney app. And I was just curious on like how it like where they scanned at. I was like, is this like a RFID or RIFD, whatever it is? I was like, does it scan on the rod? And the woman literally looked at me and she was like, it's Disney magic. And she wouldn't fucking tell me like the logical explanation for how they like link it to you, like you being on the rod.
It's like
That
the
just says you're
passport
bugged.
technology.
You're bugged from through the entire park. They got
Yeah.
you low jacked.
That
Oh,
dude you
for
met in the
sure.
alley wearing a bucket hat, it was actually putting a
It was Mickey
GPS
Mouse.
in you.
It was
Translate
Mickey Mouse.
Oh boy.
Oh my god, Cody's a real boy.
I want to
So-
be one.
I
We
know,
were
you'll
calling this-
transition soon enough.
We were calling this segment the 5, and then we were calling it the 4, then it was the 3, then it was the 2 for a little bit last week. So we were back to having it be the 4. So
Can we just
have a
call it
topic.
segment?
Can we just call it segment?
Yeah,
It's just the segment.
The
segment.
segment.
it doesn't matter who leaves or who joins after this. It's always just the segment.
The segment that
Sounds
keeps
fun.
getting renamed. We're like a Kmart. Like once Kmart went out to business, those damn storefronts changed so many times in the last.
This is a section formerly known as a segment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually didn't pick one this week because I was an idiot and didn't ask you guys what you wanted to talk about this week. So give me a topic for the week that we will give our favorite of, or worse.
Tony's worst moments.
Oh my
Look, we don't have enough time left on this podcast for me to
Oh,
even begin.
Oh god, that would be amazing.
What is this? The
So-
roast of Tony? Welcome
What is-
back.
Yeah.
What? The
What
hell?
does this pertain to? Just the podcast in life? Like, what do you want here?
Oh man.
Actually, no. Since this is gamers do sports, what is the one video game you were looking forward to that is coming out this year?
I'll go
Crickets.
first if no one else is.
And it can't be
Well-
released yet. Like it's got to be.
No, yeah,
early.
mine ain't released yet. It's coming out in August. Lies of P. It's a dark Pinocchio game.
What?
I'm telling you, man, you got to look at the preview for Lies of P. It is basically this really dark, sinister story of the Pinocchio character and everybody. It's like take the Batmans that came out when they had like the dark side of it, put it to Pinocchio in the video game form.
What is
It's-
it like?
looks-
First person?
Yeah, it's a single player, I believe third person on what the video had.
And what's it
It's
called?
phenomenal looking. It has so much detail that they still are hinting towards stuff, and they have like a big release this summer on the
What's it called?
Lies of P. So that is my most anticipated game, and there's a couple others that are coming out this year. It is announced Alan Wake 2 is coming out in September. I played the first one. There's some independent games that are coming out. So yeah, and
Looks like
thank
it
you,
kinda has
David.
a
I
Dark
know
Souls
everything
vibe.
about me is worse. Yes, I know. Just I love you guys. Anyways, that's my small topic of it. I could go on and on, but
Oh, we know you can.
that's right. Who's
Uh,
next?
Josh, what do you got?
Mortal Kombat.
One.
Another great one.
The new Mortal Kombat that's supposed to be coming out. Because just for the sake of argument, and I want to be that guy, the game I'm looking most forward to coming out is Fight Forever. Because it finally transitions from wait forever to fight forever. And I'm
Finally.
almost guaranteeing that game is going to suck ass, but I don't care. I'm going to play it. Because I've waited years for it at this point.
David in the chat that said Outlast Trials. I agree. I've seen it's like a horror game, right? Like I've heard some good things about it. I've just never actually had a chance to play it. I've seen like a Twitch stream about it. And thank you. Yes, there.
That should be down there for the rest of the show.
I hate you
Okay.
guys.
All right. I'll give it to
Throwing
you.
it out there.
Cody, what are you looking forward to?
Counter-Strike 2.
Are you actually
Didn't
going
you
to play
get rid
it?
of all your systems?
No. I have my PC, buddy, and Counter-Strike is only for PC. So, yeah, Counter-Strike Global Offensive, they're redoing Source to upgrade it and update it, so it's making it a totally new game. Cannot wait.
Okay.
I haven't heard much about that, so I have to look that up.
Boy, I don't know what game I would be looking forward to this year. Probably the new Forza that's coming out.
You would be that
Probably
guy.
fine. I don't mind Forza games. I haven't played.
Take a drive around in the Jeep when you're stressed out.
No,
Even though
no,
you
no,
look
no.
like the
So
guy that
this
would
is
be on
this
Forza.
is Forza
You-
Motorsport coming out, not Forza Horizon.
Yeah,
so
but doesn't
Motorsport.
Cody kind of look like the guy that would brag about his garage in Forza in real life?
Yeah. But Forza Motorsport is
With
like
the bucket hat.
the actual circuit track.
Oh yeah, so it's
Forza.
like it's the generic Gran Turismo.
What the fuck ever, guy.
Potato.
Whatever. I do like having this up here that everything about Tony is the worst.
It really fits.
I
guess we-
posted in a little text log there, Cody, a 2-minute video of it.
In the group chat,
Yes. Yeah.
did you see my picture?
I did. It was that was something, all right.
Yeah.
No, you know what though? Gaming has just been it's just phenomenal because there's just so much that comes out. Replace, I just came back. Trust me. I just came back. How the hell if you want me replaced, I gotta go Danny Donnie somebody. I don't know. You know? So we have so much more games coming out. I am just super duper happy that we're in the situation that we are in. I'm glad one person laughed at it and Josh is in his own little zone over there.
We need to get to social
Fantastic.
media. You can find me at One Lug TV on Twitter.
Oh, we're closing out. Oh,
You can find the show on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. You can find the audio version of this podcast on all your favorite podcast platforms, and especially right here on YouTube. Like this video, subscribe to us. We'll come up with something that Cody will actually be here for and do if we can get to 30 subscribers this time. good with that,
Yeah,
Cody?
I'll listen. The next, I'll wear the helmet next time.
You're gonna wear the helmet next time. So
Yeah,
this way
we
you're not, like-
probably do, especially when he wins on Sunday.
It was a rain shortened race.
Yeah, it might be. Honestly,
Well,
it's supposed to
wait.
rain all weekend.
Hey, but didn't who was it for Michael Waltrip that won? David Rudiman. He won a rain short one, but no one bitches about him winning that one.
Eric Almirola,
Yeah.
Justin Haley.
Cody, where can everybody find you?
You can find me on Twitter at DNASCody. That's pretty much my only real social media. You can connect with me on LinkedIn if you want to.
Connect with me on LinkedIn. Good. Josh, go ahead.
I'm Josh. I'm still relaxing on the social medias. See you guys in the real world.
Tony.
the cunt is here.
I'm sounding.
The cunt is here. The cunt
Jesus.
is here. At ATN Tacos _tacos. That is my Twitter handle. That is where I put my gaming useless information and all that fun jazz. So there I am.
All that fun
That's a good
jazz,
question right
he
here.
says.
By the way,
That's true too. I just like this one the most. But with that being said, we're out of here. We'll catch you next week. Have a good, safe Memorial Day.
Bye bye.
America.
hey.
Always with me.